Hello and welcome to the strategy session for UPSC Civil Services Examination 2027. We have seen 2026 prelims examination, the way they have changed asking questions, they have changed the format. They have also made sure that you go back to the basics. At the same time, you also have a good grab on the current affairs. They have also made sure that the examination is more modeled on how better you eliminate those noises. As we have seen, the paper has been quite bulky. It is very difficult now to prepare on our own. We cannot just make sure that we are relying on our just self revision, crisp note. We need to be quite holistic. If we talk about the syllabus, UPSC is quite voluminous. It is very difficult to strategize and comprehend all the subjects which are asked in 1 year. And if we talk about doing it on ourselves, it takes time. There could be people who would say that self-study is the best study, that is good, but first you need to have core knowledge. You need to know about the pattern of examination. You need to know what not to study. If you talk about the stages of UPSC, there are 3 stages of UPSC. First is the prelims examination, that is more elimination round. There the main subjects that you need to cover is polity, that is more likely the constitutional aspects as well as the recent reforms. Then comes history, art and culture. History, if we talk about, it is all ancient history, medieval as well as modern history. Then the art and culture, which itself is quite complicated. Then comes geography, and geography you need to cover in totality. Not only you need to just cover the conceptual part, but also the development and the pattern which are changing as far as the economic geography is concerned. In economy, it is the core foundation part. You need to know the economic concept, right, starting from class 9th till class 12th. Apart from that, you need to have good grab on the economic survey and budgetary documents, and it is scheme heavy subject. So you need to know about what all features of the recent whatsoever scheme the government brings out, the different ministries which cater to those schemes, and also the flagship schemes of the government. Then comes science and technology. Science and technology, you need to know about the core sciences, the basic science whatsoever we have read from class 6th till class 10th and some of the essence of class 11th and 12th. Apart from that, it also asks from the technology part, the technological innovations coming from different domains. It can be from the last 3 or 4 years, or it could be the foundational part. So you need to know about whatsoever development which has taken place, and it is the trickiest part of civil services prelims examination, because it is very difficult to know what is being asked. Then environment. We need to know that environment paper, the Indian Forest Service paper is the same for the prelims part. So this paper or the subject, the questions asked from this topic is largely more data oriented, or you can say whatsoever features that you need to read about environmental aspect, whether the laws, legislation or the national park or whatsoever development, species based development. So it needs a very detailed level of preparation. Then current affairs. All these subjects also have contemporary development, and they keep happening, they keep coming over the year. So you need to have a good gauge about the developments which are taking place. Apart from these subjects, you have CSAT examination as the second paper, that is largely qualifying, but the way we have seen, they have just molded the questions to a tougher side, and because of this it also needs a dedicated preparation. And the questions here, earlier it used to be a very simpler question, but for the non-science background students, more non-engineering background student, it needs very large level of practice, a detailed and strategized practice. Now that is only the prelims part. If you go into the mains, that is the main evaluative part. In the mains examination, all the subjects that we have talked about are also added with these subjects. These whole subjects, apart from these, are segmented into 4 GS papers. GS1, which largely includes geography, history, art and culture, society. These are the important topics. If you go into GS2, it is largely polity, constitution, internal international relations and social issues. GS3 is by far the most diverse subject. It starts with economy, also includes the technical science and tech, environment and ecology, then comes disaster management and internal security. And the bulk 4th subject, that is GS4, that is largely ethics and aptitude. This year's prelims, we have seen some of the questions also have been asked from ethics in a more passage based question, and public administration questions also. So all in all, we need to know about whatsoever development which are taking place. We need to contextualize our answers, because our answers are the main evaluative part. So you see the level of knowledge that we need to know. In the prelims part, it is more elimination round, it is more recognizable questions. We need to see the question and tick whatsoever options are given to us. But it is the mains paper, it is the mains or what's a stage where we need to show the level of our writing skills as well as the level of our comprehensiveness. How do we actually make sure that we write more detailed as well as basic way of segmented answer. Now if we talk about how to strategize studies, largely we need to focus on the core subjects. So core subjects, if we talk about the polity strategy, it has to be PYQs. So the PYQs become the foundation for all the subjects that we are talking about, be it the prelims oriented subject or even the mains oriented subject. In the prelims oriented, we need to see how UPSC has been changing, molding their question paper, the way of their asking questions, the elimination round, elimination technique that we devise with practice of mocks, as well as how do we actually read faster, because this year's prelims we have seen that how fast we can read also makes a valid ground as to how many rounds we can attempt. Okay, so that is very important. So obviously constitution and amendments, these are very important. In the economy part, obviously the basic conceptual clarity, RBI, the basic sectors of economy and all these things. Apart from that, 2 important documents, the economic survey and budget. It's very important that we need to know the policy frameworks of the government, how the government plans for the next year and how they have been performing over the past years, the assessment part. Then in the environment part, the focus area is largely biodiversity, climate change and international treaties and convention. It includes statics as well as the current data. We need to be updated with the data, species list, whatsoever data which are coming, all those species in news. So this is very important, and it is also important to know about the map based. So map based practice is very important in environment as well as it is very important in geography. So before going to geography, if we talk about the history, we need to divide history into obviously ancient, medieval and modern. Apart from that, art and culture, largely Nitin Singhania is preferred, but we have seen that the questions now are a bit tougher. We need to deep dive into the topics, at least in the prelims part. In the mains part, we need to write good ways as to how the chronological things have happened. We need to strategize while writing good answers in history. Then comes the geography part, physical and Indian geography. We need to know about the core concept. We need to use diagrams and schematic flow while we are writing good answers. Apart from that, map work is very important. Mapping is a dedicated thing that we need to know about where things are being done, where things are, for example, Strait of Hormuz, choke point, this. Then they could have asked which all countries are on the 2 flanks of Strait of Hormuz. This question could be quite confusing. Similarly, this year's prelims, they asked a basic question that how many of the states have only one, how many of the states only share borders with only one state. That is a very simple plain question, but it is very difficult to know if we are not able to know about the mapping things. And in the science and tech, biotech, space, the defense technology, or you talk about the emerging fields, emerging technology, 6G wireless technology, these are the core areas of development, or artificial intelligence, deep learning, machine learning, the development as well as the core part. The developmental part can be used in the prelims part, but the core thing that is needed while you are writing good answer, you need to make sure that it is tech driven. Now if we just strategize and make sure that what should be our preparation workflow, then it starts with NCERT. That is the base thing. Every subject whatsoever we have talked about has been condensed into either the NCERTs of class 6th to 10th or class 11th and 12th. We need to be thorough on those part because that builds our foundation. NCERT makes sure that we read things not in silos and isolation, rather it is more what we say, a storytelling type of thing. It makes us to think about what could have happened in that time. Then comes the foundation part. Apart from NCERT, we need to know about what is beyond NCERT, the graduation part. In some of the optional subjects, they also ask the post-graduation part. So we need to know how to put those things while writing good answers, as well as sometimes they put those things even in the prelims part. Then comes PYQs, either the PYQs for the prelims part or PYQs for the mains part, because we need to know how UPSC has been changing and modifying their paper. What are their core areas? What are the areas where they are asking frequent questions? So we need to strategize. So this UPSC, we cannot master everything. We should be agile. What we say as we need to be street smart, because we need to know which focus area, we need to know what is our strength, what is our weaknesses. That can be gauged through practice on PYQs. Then comes the mocks part. It is not just PYQ. PYQs are things of past. Mocks make sure that we are connected with what could be asked. We refine our preparation, we strategize our preparation, we connect with the questions and also develop our foundational skills. See, we need to know about foundation, we need to know about NCERT, then we need to test our knowledge. We need to know where we stand, the current stage, and also testing our skills with the competitors. And then comes the mentoring part. After you have given test, obviously evaluation happens, you get your score, then you need to know where you lack. You need to connect with the mentors, because they are the subject experts. They know which focus area you need to focus more, or which area you need to go less about it, because at the same time you need to divide your time in a more strategic way. Okay. So at Lukmaan IAS, we have seen, see the level of questions that has matched at Lukmaan IAS. So whatsoever preparation that we do, whatsoever programs and all the things that we deliver to you, questions have consistently been asked from those areas. For example, DTRS magazines that we publish every month, a simple question from Madhav National Park appeared in this year's prelims. Similarly, a basic conceptual question on crowding out effect. It is a basic question where we give a detailed explanation, and those things directly appeared on the question paper. So that gives confidence that okay, we are preparing those things, and if those things appear on the question paper, that gives us confidence. Then at Lukmaan IAS, we have made sure that the preparation should be quite holistic. So a total test covering pre cum mains, a 109 total test number that we will be making sure that you attempt, and all these things have been divided into 4 phases. It starts with pre cum mains foundational level preparation, where you also prepare for prelims, at the same time you prepare for the mains, because that should not happen in isolation. Prelims and mains preparation, and at the same time mocks writing mocks should always happen in tandem. Then in the next part, after you hit the December part, in the January part, we should switch to prelims. It is exclusively for prelims. We carefully make sure that the test papers are testing your basic knowledge and making sure that you improve upon whatsoever lacking area that you have. Then comes the third stage. After you have given prelims, it is the time for mains. In those 90-95 days, you need to focus more on the mains part. So all our tests are focused after prelims, that is in the month of whatsoever after June 2027 or from June 2027, we will switch to mains, exclusive mains. And if you are able to qualify for the interview part, we have interview guidance program. So all in all, these tests have been bifurcated into 17 prelims cum mains test, GS prelims test 30 test, CSAT test, so that you should not feel left behind as far as the CSAT preparation is concerned, dedicated current affair test which are total of 9, essay test which is an important part because essay is a specific subject which holds 250 marks. And if you are good at essay, that is even very high scoring subject. And then the mains test after the prelims examination. So that is all about the strategy for the UPSC Civil Services Examination 2027. Thank you.